Hi and welcome to lesson 20 on how to produce an electro-funk record. In this lesson what we're going to do is we're going to finalise the arrangement. So we're going to bring it all to a close and then what we'll do is in the next lesson we'll go over the track bit by bit. But in this lesson what we're going to do is just going to finish the arrangement and then you'll head over to the next lesson where we're going to do a full summarisation of it. Okay, so what we need to do is after we've done this breakdown bit, we brought the bass back in on this section which was here. So we've got it coming back in there with the brass riffs. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to have that for that one section there, and then we're going to bring in this whole section here like so. So we're going to copy and paste that over and we're going to go from there. So copy all that over, and then what we're doing is we've repeated ourselves there with this part of the track, and then it breaks down here as we know it, and then this bit comes back in. So nothing needs to change there. What we need to do is we just need to bring the track to a close here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start breaking it down, but leaving a few things running over. So all we need to do is grab some kicks, 1, 2, 3, 4 kicks, and we need to copy over the bass, the pad, and let's just see what that sounds like for now. And a crash, of course, and go from here. Perfect. So what we need to do is copy a crash over there, and then we copy the pad over and the bass, copy them over twice. Do that again, like that. And then what we need to do is just check that there, so it goes like this. Like so. So it ends perfectly like that. It ends a little bit different. It ends, rather than going out into beats, which is something we could do, but I think it's more atmospheric that we end it with these pads that fade out and just give it off that classic 80s sort of feel. So copy another pad over like so and just leave that bit empty. And then I think what we might do is put some claps in just here where the kick ends. So let's just do that. So I'm going to press record and we'll go from there. Just like that. Okay, and then quantize those. Perfect. Okay, so let's just have a look. Let's just see if it's worth putting the hi-hats over. Let's put in those orange hi-hats over, which we did just there, just for 2 bars there. Yeah, I think that works, and then put a crash there as well. Excellent. That ends really nicely. And what I want you to do here is this bit here where the pad ends, drag it over so you've got a little bit of empty space there, so that when we bounce the track, it doesn't cut off at the very end of there. So Ableton has a tendency to do that when you bounce a track. So if we add a little bit of blank MIDI at the end, it gives us a couple of seconds of blank space for when you want to get it mastered. So let's do that. So that is that. What we need to do, you don't have to, but what I always tend to do is once I've finished the track, I've used everything out of this little demo arrangement here, the loop section that I created at the start. I tend to delete that and get rid of it, and then what I do is I select the whole track and then pull it into line and bring it as close to the start as possible. So I usually put it on about number 5, somewhere like that. And there we go, look, and it just starts there. And it just always starts just so you don't have all that stuff at the beginning. And at the start of the track, do a little bit of blank MIDI again as well. So pull that across like that, so that when you bounce it again, you've got a couple of seconds blank space, so it doesn't miss any of the music off, like so. Okay, what we need to do before we do anything is we need to add a little bit of reverb to this brass. I thought about it at the end of the last lesson when I realised there wasn't any on there. So what we'll do is go to Audio Effects, Reverb, Concert Hall. We could use the one that's in there, but the settings that come through aren't as powerful enough, so we'll have our own one on this one. So Concert Hall, and turn your dry wet to about 30 and leave everything as it stands. Let's take it down just a little bit more to 25. Excellent. So there is the entire track, and hopefully that you've got all that, and at the end you've just took this pad section and broken it down until we get to just basic pads at the end, and we've added some silence on at the end and those claps in there. Obviously these claps you can experiment with and do your own little pattern, just to give off that little atmosphere, if you like, so that it brings everything to a close. So there we go, that's it, the track is complete. So hopefully you should have reached this point now in the tutorial. What we're going to do in the next session is we're going to do a mixing down session. So head over to the next video where we're going to start doing some EQs and some panning and stuff like that, just to get levels all nice and set straight, so you have a final mix ready for your own purposes. So thank you for watching. Any questions, email me and I'll get back to you. Thanks again, and head over to the next lesson. Goodbye.